Hi everyone, Peter here. Welcome. We share real stories from real people. Let's start with the first story. Would I be the asshole for secretly recording my dad's girlfriend? I'm a 20-year-old man, and I was once a foster child. I was never officially adopted before I aged out of the system, but I was placed with Joe when I was 10, and we bonded closely when I turned 14. Joe is the only real family I've ever known, and I consider him my dad, even though the whole adoption thing never happened. When I first moved in with Joe, he was married, but his wife suddenly passed away when I was 12. It was hard for both of us, but we got through it together. Now, Joe has been dating his current girlfriend, Sarah, for about 2 years. She didn't come around much, and when she did, it was brief. But 3 weeks ago, she moved into our house because she lost her job and couldn't afford her rent anymore. I don't know if she was always like this, or if moving in revealed a different side of her, but Sarah has been acting really strange. Whenever Joe isn't around, she completely ignores me, not even looking at me when I speak, not answering questions, nothing. At first, I thought it might be some kind of anxiety. But now, it's getting worse. For example, when Joe is at work and I'm in the room watching a movie, she'll come in and start using TikTok on her phone or play music, completely disregarding the fact that I'm there. When I ask her to turn it down, she flat out ignores me. And it's not just the ignoring. She's also started saying some pretty nasty things about me. She's FaceTimed her friends while I'm in the room and talked about how lazy I am and how I don't contribute anything to the family. Yesterday, I was sitting on the couch, watching the new Deadpool movie when she came in and sat across from me, FaceTiming her friend again. She started talking about how she and Joe are trying to have a baby and how excited they are because neither of them has had a child before. Those exact words. It felt like a slap in the face. I know Joe wouldn't say things like that because he considers me his son. So either she's making it up, or I don't even know what. I haven't told Joe about the things she's been saying to her friends because I don't want to mess up his first real relationship since his wife passed away. But this situation is seriously eating me up inside. I've talked to some people about it, and a few of them suggested I secretly record her behavior when Joe isn't around so he can see what's really going on. At first that seemed like a good idea, but when I talked to one of my close friends about it, he said that secretly recording her could just make things worse. He thinks it might make Joe feel like I'm going behind his back and could cause even more tension, especially if Sarah twists it to make me look bad. So, WIBTA, if I secretly recorded her to show Joe what she's really like, or should I avoid it entirely? I don't want to seem like I'm trying to sabotage their relationship, but I don't know what else to do. Related comments. Commenter. You need to talk to Joe. You could record it in case he doesn't believe you, but you need to talk to him as soon as possible. And you might also need to have an exit plan in case it backfires, which could happen. People in love sometimes do strange things. OOP. I don't think Joe would kick me out, but you're right, I should have a backup plan just in case. Call 20. So many parents kick their kids out when a new relationship forms, and the child doesn't get along with the new partner. Don't be blind to something that's very likely. You're an adult. Joe's GF could easily argue that you're grown and need to move out so they can progress in their relationship. Having a child together is a perfect reason for him to side with her. Ente? Just curious, you just explained that you lie around and watch TV. Are you contributing anything to the family? If Joe's GF is contributing to keeping the house, I can understand why she might have an issue with you lounging around. OOP. Well, I'm still in college. Americans call it high school, but it's summer. As a care leaver, Joe gets about $300 a week from the government to support me until I finish this, and it will continue until I finish college or turn 25, whichever comes first. I also get universal credit, which I use for most of my expenses. Here, high school usually ends at 18, but I had to retake some lessons I missed. Huge Lime 826. Get off your butt and contribute to the household. It seems to me like you're too dumb to realize that he'll choose his girlfriend/bedmate over a 20-year-old who's taking up space and pissing off his hot girlfriend. You don't realize it, but unless you start contributing, your days are numbered. So you're off for the summer. Why don't you have a job instead of sitting on your ass? OOP. Who hurt you? Huge Lime 826. No one hurt me. But I had enough sense to get off the couch and not play video games as a 20-year-old, and then complain about someone who's actually contributing to the family. If he doesn't think the girlfriend is more important than him to Joe, he's blind. Just wait until she has a kid. He needs to wake up, get off the couch, and contribute to the household. 20 is not the time to be sitting on the couch playing games. Automatic Mirror 825. It's time to fly out of the nest, get a job, and or go to college. Build your own life. You're an adult, young male with plenty of opportunities. Sorry, I guess. This young man didn't have a stable home until he was 10. He had a traumatic childhood, and his life's trajectory isn't like most people's, so developmentally, it makes sense that he needs more time to feel secure and confident. Hell, he's still finishing high school because of those complications. And you have no idea what opportunities he does or doesn't have. As long as his dad's happy to have him there, who are you to tell him he needs to leave? What an awful, presumptuous thing to say. Silent Prune 8103. Going to school is not contributing to the household. Doing chores, taking out the trash, making dinner, doing laundry, sweeping floors, vacuuming, fixing things around the house. Contributing to the upkeep of the home and the well-being of your family, so as not to burden others. That's responsibility. If she sees herself or Joe doing all these things, then I'd be upset too. You're an adult, a grown man, you should be contributing without having to be told to take care of the house. I would also say get a job at your age. Many people go to school and work part-time. But if not, you should be helping around the house. I guarantee if you were doing those things, Joe, and maybe she would have a more positive view of you. Update: WIBTA for secretly recording my dad's girlfriend. I decided to talk to Joe directly instead of secretly recording Sarah. I thought it would be more mature, reasonable, and less confrontational to address things head-on. My thinking was if he didn't take it seriously, then I'd consider recording to show him what was really happening. When Joe got home from work, I asked him to talk privately in my room. At first he seemed a bit confused, but I made it clear that I wasn't trying to sabotage his relationship. I just needed to tell him that there were some things Sarah was doing that made me uncomfortable. I reminded him about how she had been ignoring me and mentioned her playing videos while I was watching TV. But when I told him this, she said he didn't have any kids and that they were trying for one. He looked really sad. Feeling a bit awkward, Joe called Sarah into the room to talk with us. He asked her if what I said was true, and she immediately denied it. You could tell from her body language that she was lying. I'm not sure if she ever expected me to say anything about how she was treating me. Joe firmly told her that this was my home too, not just hers, and that while she was a guest here, she couldn't be disrespectful to me. Things got a bit more tense, and in the end she apologized to me, though it was through gritted teeth. I accepted the apology, even though I wasn't sure it was genuine. Afterward, Joe asked me if I was comfortable with her staying with us. I said I was because I didn't want to break them up. I just wanted to let him know what was going on. However, she decided to stay at her friend's place overnight, which made the situation even more tense. I could tell Joe was really upset now, and I felt incredibly guilty for making him feel that way. He insisted it wasn't my fault, and we eventually grilled some meat and had tea, but even so, I couldn't shake the feeling that I had caused a major fight between them. Joe went to bed early, and now I'm feeling terrible about the whole situation. I just hope that whatever happens next, things will settle down. Thank you, everyone.